Live and on demand from the WNY News Now studios in downtown Jamestown. This is WNY News Now.
And thanks for joining us for WNY News Now on this Monday. I'm Justin Gould.
And I'm Matt Hummel. Happening now, state police have released the name of the man who died in a car crash over the weekend.
Plus, the news is whether a winter storm that included heavy wind gusts and blowing snow has moved across our region. Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter standing by with the latest. Hey, Dakota.
Hey, Jay and Matt, and happy Monday to all of you. We made it through the weekend, especially yesterday when we had those really gusty winds. This is live video from the Storm Interceptor. They're driving down I-86 going westbound. And again, you can see the roads are snow covered here, and you can see some of the blowing snow as well. The winds are still pretty gusty, although the winds are starting to come down a little bit for the afternoon. This is what's going on. It's lake effect snow because we had those winds come diving across the lake. So now it has triggered a lake response. And now we're dealing with these couple organized bands of lake effect. And this is going to continue throughout the afternoon today. But the good news is it's going to ultimately start to simmer down as we go throughout the day. Winter weather advisory is in place until 1 o'clock this afternoon for pretty much of the southern tier. Also the same thing for Warren County, PA. And then the Weather Service actually canceled the high wind warning. They have replaced it with a wind advisory until 4 p.m. this afternoon. The winds could still gust around 40 to 50 miles an hour this afternoon, so it's still going to be a bit breezy, causing some blowing snow as well. Here are the snow totals over the past 24 hours. Cattaraugus, 8 inches on the nose. Jamestown from a spotter report, 5.5. Little Valley, 5 inches. And Faulkner at 4 inches. So again, this is all lake effect, and the lake is starting to open up now because the winds have kind of opened the lake back up with the ice. So hour by hour, temperatures will be struggling to hit 20. The computer is spitting out 20, but I think we're going to be stuck in the teens all day. And you can see snow showers at least will diminish as we go throughout time. We'll talk more about this, plus another storm system for the weekend. Yeah, we'll talk about it with that Weatherhood Property Maintenance 7-day a little bit later on in the show. Jay and Matt.
This is WNY News Now with live breaking news.
And 2 people have died as a result of a structure fire that early Saturday morning at a mobile home trailer structure fire on Sawmill Run Road in the town of Cold Spring. The victims were found inside the trailer, and the Cattaraugus County Sheriff's Office says that foul play isn't suspected, but the investigation remains ongoing. Authorities say that the names of the victims will be released when an official identification is made and the family is notified, and we, of course, will continue to follow the story at WNYNewsNow.com.
In our top story today, New York State Governor Andrew Cuomo says that school districts that are closed today due to the winter storm will not have to worry if they've used their allotted amount of snow days. In a statement on Sunday, Cuomo said that the districts will receive waivers from the state, and it will diminish their 180-day academic school year. That's the amount of numbers of days that the schools have to be open. Now, a spokesperson for the governor did clarify today that individual school districts will have to apply for this waiver, or else they'd be forced to cancel any remaining vacation days to make up for the lost snow days. Now, dozens of schools here in Chautauqua and Cattaraugus County have made the decision to close today as winter storm has barreled down on this region. I'm sure, as you've seen through our live video just a couple of moments ago, it's pretty nasty out there. Most schools were closed here in Chautauqua County. In addition, state and county courts are closed in Mayville, and Jamestown City Court is also closed today.
The state police have released the name of the man that was killed in Saturday's head-on crash at the intersection of County Route 380 and 66. 50-year-old Victor Luce of Reading, Pennsylvania, was pronounced dead at the scene. Now, troopers say their investigation revealed that Luce was driving a 2020 Honda westbound on Route 66 and failed to stop at a stop sign. His vehicle was hit by a 1987 International dump truck. Now, troopers say they were assisted by the Collision Reconstruction Unit and the Bureau of Criminal Investigation.
And a Jamestown teen allegedly entered a Vega Street residence through an attic by using a ladder Saturday morning. That's according to Jamestown police. Police say 18-year-old Jordan Kenneth had a valid order of protection to stay away from that house. He was located down the road from the address, taken to city jail to await arraignment on charges of criminal contempt and criminal trespass.
And the city of Jamestown man is behind bars following a domestic dispute which had been initially reported as a stabbing at a West 8th Street house that Friday afternoon. The city of Jamestown police say that 28-year-old Eric Walls was fighting with a woman before officers arrived. Through an investigation, police learned that Walls struck the woman in the back with a closed fist. Police say that Walls also allegedly choked the woman to the point where she almost became unconscious. Walls also allegedly threw her cell phone against a wall, causing damage to the phone. He faces a number of charges, and the woman was identified as 25-year-old Elizabeth Walls. She was also charged with 2 counts of endangering the welfare of a child, as police say the fight occurred in the presence of a 7-year-old girl and a 4-year-old boy.
Matt, lots going on this past weekend. Weather-wise specifically, I think a lot of people were interested in the heavy winds that really moved across our area. Although I was talking with Dakota this morning, and he was saying that we kind of were spared compared to areas up by Buffalo. But certainly, a lot going on, and I think a lot of people, looking to our late breaking news here of the double fatal fire happening near the Onaville Marina. So Cattaraugus County Sheriff's still very much working that case, and they'll continue to update us when we learn more. Certainly, I think a lot of people. This time of year, regardless, it seems like the fire activity is certainly up because of, heaters and things like that. We get cold, we get warm. Yep. Maybe you don't want to turn your thermostat up necessarily, so you plug in something else. So, our thoughts and prayers are with them as they go through that time. But hopefully everyone is trying to stay warm and holding on to your hat today. I know the winds are dying down just quite a bit. So we want to check in with the comments and say hello to Wendy, to Cindy, to Chuck. He's here as well. Good afternoon to you, sir. Looks like Angela is here. Happy Monday to you. Happy Monday to Donna, Philip, Thomas, Patricia, Jonna, Al, Chris, Joseph. Always happy to see you here, Joseph. Let's see here. Looks like Pam is joining us. Robbie, Beth.
Lori, Alberta.
Hello, Alberta. We love seeing you guys. Thank you for joining us each and every single day. Hopefully you guys are staying well where you are at. We have a lot more news coming up this half hour. Congressman Tom Reed, he visits JCC's manufacturing facility to observe students as they work. Details on what he's touting in just a bit.
But first, hear how Chautauqua County law enforcement agencies fared in the most recent Stop DWI crackdown. In Dakota.
Yeah, and the high yesterday was 48 degrees, as you see on the almanac, but that occurred very early in the morning, and yeah, more snow on the way through the day. Full forecast in just a few as WNY News Now at Noon continues in just a minute.
Family is so important to Michael and I. Both of our families attend this church. So March 15th is going to be a night that, we're welcoming people. It's not church. It's a family night, we're calling it. It's fun. We're going to have activities for the children. We're going to have music. We're going to have refreshments. There's something for everyone.
All the churches that I've ever been in, I've been in church since I was a little baby, all the way up until now. This church has the most love in it that I've ever experienced.
So like our Facebook page, New Hope Church on Facebook.
We also have a website, newhopejamestown.com.
You're watching WNY News Now, your source for breaking news.
When I'm streaming and I'm talking to my community, we have that literally split-second interaction. If somebody says hello, I say hello right back immediately, and it kind of creates that connection. Because my subscribers and my followers, we pretty much go by Re-Ups Army. All the hate and everything that goes around, that's kind of like our mission statement. Is just be positive and enjoy each other's time. It's more or less just trying to use the internet in a positive way. We all from around the world get to connect on the same level, which is, we all love video games. Mixer.com/Reup. I'm live every single day, 8 p.m.
And happening now, 3 people were arrested for driving while intoxicated, and 95 other stops, arrests, and summons were made by Chautauqua County law enforcement as part of the state's Stop DWI holiday enforcement crackdown between December 13th and January 1st. That according to statistics released today by the Sheriff's Office. Now, the event is funded by a 2018-19 grant from the Governor's Traffic Safety Committee and is part of a national crackdown effort. Chautauqua County Sheriff Jim Quattrone says that removing drunk drivers from the roadways remains a top priority for him. The Chautauqua County Stop DWI program is funded by drinking and driving fines that are collected from convicted drunk drivers.
Congressman Tom Reed's Friday a visit to the various manufacturing sites across the district included JCC's Manufacturing Technology Institute, that's located on Falconer Street. Now, during a one-on-one interview with our Matt Hummel, Reed says that manufacturing needs to be promoted more within the district. Reed adds that he'll, quote, stand shoulder to shoulder with those who are willing to learn manufacturing skills. Reed also visited a small manufacturing business in Ellicottville, as well as Chautauqua Lake Central Schools Manufacturing Club. For more on his visit our website, WNYNewsNow.com.
And how many people know their numbers? No, not just knowing your height and weight, but there is a set of numbers that can tell you a lot about your health. Meredith Wood explains.
It's really important for patients and for people in general to know their numbers because that's what really lets them know what their baseline cardiovascular risk is.
Let's start with blood pressure, or the force of blood in your arteries as your heart beats.
An ideal blood pressure would be something around 120/80. However, there are latest guidelines that say some patients it may be reasonable that for them to have blood pressures between 130 to 140 millimeters of mercury over 80 to 89. The second number to know is your body mass index, and that's a number that can be calculated based on your height and your weight.
The third set of numbers you need to know is your blood glucose level, or the amount of sugar in your bloodstream.
And that number can let you know if you have diabetes or if you're at risk for developing diabetes.
And finally, cholesterol.
When you get your cholesterol checked at the doctor's office, you're going to see 4 numbers that come back. Your first number would be your total cholesterol, and ideally that should be less than 200.
For today's Health Minute, I'm Meredith Wood.
Alrighty, Meredith, thank you.
Well, Coca-Cola's latest flavor might just taste a little like spring, or maybe just like Florida oranges. It's orange vanilla that hits the shelves today, and it's the first new flavor for the company in, get this, 10 years. Coke says orange vanilla has already been released in Canada, and people seem to love it there. The company says they also have zero sugar version of the orange vanilla drink available, and keep an eye out for special promotional cans as the sale is ongoing there. The company was considering other flavors, including raspberry, lemon, and ginger, but the clear favorite for testers, Matt, was that orange vanilla. And I love their, it's just, what was it, the cherry vanilla? When I do splurge, I know we just had a Health Minute thing, so I shouldn't say this, but when I do splurge on a Coke, and I'm very odd, I don't like to call it pop. People around here call it pop, and this is very much a Pepsi town, no offense Pepsi, but I think Coke is better of the two flavors, and I call my pop Coke, even if it's Pepsi.
I don't drink any soda, so
well, that's good. That's good. You comply with the Health Minute regulations. I do not. I'm sorry. Sorry.
I don't know. I just the thing about soda is I have to be honest. When it comes to like water and Gatorade and sweet drinks, I'm bad sometimes at those. But
right.
I can drink those heavily because I'm so used to chugging and eating fast. Because you got to go from store to store. So
During the day, I got this a couple years ago, and it's just filled with like Brita water from my home faucet. And it's great because I go through not even all of this in one day when I'm thirsty. So during the day, during the week, like there's no pop. But I'm like, I go out on a restaurant or something. It's like, I'll order a Coke, just to go with the meal. I mean, it tastes good once a week, but I know doctors say that like that is not the best thing for you to be drinking. Like drink water if you can. So
I've heard that. You know what? Live life.
Yeah, YOLO, right?
YOLO
on this day. Hopefully everybody.
Well, energy drinks too, Rory. I have been on that kick lately.
Yeah, Maddie, when you're busy and doing stuff, it's not crazy.
That and coffee, but
And, Dave, I think I can answer this question for you. For the power situation, I know we got an email from the BPU a little while ago. I'm going to pull that up.
Area.
I just want to read the email verbatim here.
Mm-hmm.
It is from our contact there at the BPU, just to answer your question. If my email... We get way too many. Becky Robbins
you got it?
is the press person. She said electric customers in the vicinity of Jamestown Business College could see their power out for a short time this morning while linemen cleared a large tree limb. So they will have much more on the BPU Facebook page, but it looks like they don't have any estimated repair time for that, but it includes JBC and the Westgate Plaza, which I believe
that's
is
not
on
near 7th Street.
Right. So, but I wonder if that... I don't know if that answers your question, but I
don't
wonder
think
if that's connected at all.
What we will do, David, I can tell you this, is I'll try to reach out to Becky Robbins after the show, see if we heard anything. Chances are we could be getting a press release soon anyways about it, so we'll keep you informed.
It was super, super, super windy, so they have... I know yesterday it seemed like the call log was lighting up. I mean, we had all sorts of trees down, departments out, crews working. I didn't lose my power, and I live in a pretty rural area, so I was very blessed. But I know a lot of people had the flickering lights yesterday.
I'm glad I didn't have to deal with that.
You live in Faulkner. You never lose power in Faulkner.
You want to bet? Okay, I'm going to keep my mouth shut. I had something to say, but the producers will kick me out forever.
Yeah, it's okay.
Corporate will kick me out, so let's move on here. Here we go.
Next here, Arnorm Rodriguez, he's interviewed a state wrestling champion. We'll hear from them coming up.
But first, Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter. He's standing by with a look at the Brotherhood property maintenance weather as News Now continues.
Oh, it's the snowy Chautauqua Lake.
Live and on demand, you're watching WNY News Now.
Coming soon to downtown Jamestown, Pearl City Hops Restaurant and Tavern.
I have some real old-timey dishes on there that I'm just giving new life to. Like there's a shepherd's pie on there that's going to have some bison in it, real thick hearty gravy. Then I'm also doing beer flights. We're pairing it with a set of sliders, a set of tacos, and a set of mini rolls. So everything's going to have its own pair, so you can get a taste of a little bit of everything and all the beers. We don't want to be known as the restaurant in the hotel. We want to be known as Pearl City Hops.
With coverage that matters, this is WNY News Now.
Turn to Brotherhood Property Maintenance for all your lawn care and landscaping needs, no matter the season. Brotherhood Property Maintenance does it all, from professional plowing during the winter months to expert landscaping all summer long. Count on Brotherhood Property Maintenance for mowing, landscaping, tree work, spring and fall cleanup, plus snow removal. Serving both commercial and residential lots, check out Jamestown's fastest growing landscaping crew on Facebook or call us right now to book an appointment.
First Defense Weather, the Southern Tier's only live and local weather source. Now, here's Chief Forecaster Dakota Hunter.
I don't have a problem with pop as long as you do it in moderation. But I mostly drink ginger ale, but I don't consider that a pop because it helps when you have an upset stomach. Here's a live look coming from the Storm Interceptor. And again, this is coming onto Main Street here in Jamestown. Again, the main roads in the city look A-okay, but we still have a little bit of blowing snow. Let's go straight to the Sky Vision camera network. And this is the Mill Creek Mall camera. And you can see the camera shaking a little bit in the wind with that north wind of 14. And you can see some more of that lake effect snow falling and some of the snow accumulation there on Peach Street. So again, it's going to be kind of a slow travel for the afternoon. And speaking about the winds yesterday, the gusty winds that came across across Lake Erie, busted the ice boom on Lake Erie. And again, I tell you about this all the time. They place the boom in Lake Erie every winter to hold back the ice that forms on the lake from flowing down the Niagara River. And several people noted that they saw these pontoons floating in the Niagara River, which is part of the ice boom. It snapped apart because of the stronger winds, and this was causing some ice jam flooding on the river yesterday. So that was a very interesting thing that happened yesterday. And speaking of the winds, here are the peak wind gusts. Look at Niagara Falls in the Dunkirk Lighthouse, 74 miles an hour. That's hurricane force wind gusts. So Fredonia 65, the Dunkirk Airport 60, Jamestown 52, Clymer 51, and Randolph 47. So the strongest winds were right near pretty much Buffalo northward. That's pretty much where the strongest winds were yesterday, and that's where we told you they were going to be. Again, you can see the snow accumulation here at the dorms at JCC. Currently at the airport, it's 18 with that west wind at 20. Look at that wind gust of 33 miles an hour, and the wind chill is only a little lonely 2 when you combine the wind chill, when you combine the wind and the air temperature together. Here it is on First Defense Doppler. This is that lake effect snow that's coming across the lake. That's pretty much impacting the area right now. It's going to continue throughout the afternoon, and we're probably expecting about another inch of accumulation. That's really about it. And this is the cold front that moved through that produced all that strong winds yesterday. It's now heading into New England, and now Boston is dealing with the strong wind gusts. There's an area of high pressure, but it looks like we may sneak by later in the afternoon tomorrow, mainly dry. And we'll show that to you here on Future Scan. You can see the in-house model picks up on those those snow showers coming off the lake. Again, as we go throughout the night, they really start to dissipate. And I think as we go throughout the later hours tomorrow, it'll be mainly dry. And again, there will be the chance for a few snow showers early tomorrow morning, but the afternoon should be mainly dry. Additional snowfall totals, again, about a ½ inch to an inch across much of the southern tier. Obviously, once you work northward, maybe a couple more inches there, but that's really about it. Not a whole lot in the snow department there to speak of. So for tonight, a few lake effect snow showers, mostly cloudy and cold. Look at the temp range, 6 valleys, 13 Lake Erie shoreline. The wind comes down, but that's still a strong wind, 10 to 15 miles per hour. Next 7 days of your life, brought to you by Brotherhood Property Maintenance. We're going to be stuck in the 20s over the next couple days. Now, we are keeping our eyes on Friday and Saturday. Look at the temperature warm up, but there's a chance Friday, gusty winds once again as the temperatures fluctuate back down into the teens for next Sunday. Sports is next. Don't go away.
EagleZip.com is your local one-stop shop for all of your home and business computer needs. Located on Fluvan Avenue Extension, just outside of Jamestown, EagleZip.com sells and services all brands of desktops and laptops, as well as servers and network equipment for your business. All new computer sales include transferring your data from your old computer, plus a 2-year warranty. Call EagleZip.com today.
Stop by EagleZip.com today and let us make computers easy for you.
You're watching WNY News Now, where coverage comes first. WNY Sports Now is powered by Phone Zone of Jamestown. With the largest inventory around, we buy and sell our own merchandise at a price that can't be beat. Have a broken screen? We'll fix it. Learn more at PhoneZoneShop.com.
Happy Manic Monday, sports fans, and welcome back to WNY News Now. I'm Norm Rodriguez with a look at sports. After a 2-day battle in the New York State Public High School Athletic Association Wrestling Tournament, which took place in Albany, a local wrestler took home one of the championships. Robbie Penhollow, a senior at Falconer Central School, took home the 195-pound divisional championship over the weekend. During an interview with WNY News Now at the team celebration on Sunday night, Penhollow spoke about his feeling of taking home the championship title.
You know, it's pretty surreal. It's hard to sit here and keep telling yourself, you know, you're a state champ, and it's great. As of right now, I think I'm going to go play some football in college, most likely at Edinboro, but not official yet, so.
Penhollow said he plans to strictly focus on playing football in college, and also gave thanks to the people who have helped him most. Congratulations to the Falconer Golden Falcons varsity wrestling team. Over the weekend, the Jamestown Rebels hockey team had a Pink the Rink special against the Northeast Generals. On Friday night, the Generals defeated the Rebels 4-1. The next night, Northeast completed a 2-game sweep of Jamestown with a 1-0 victory, scoring a goal in the final 4 minutes of regulation. Despite losing both games, Jamestown remains in second place in the East Division with 61 points, 12 ahead of the New Jersey Titans. The Rebels will be back in action on Friday as they will be on the road for a 2-game series against the Maryland Black Bears. This afternoon at 1:05, the New York Yankees continue their spring training schedule as they will face off against the Toronto Blue Jays. The Yanks won their last game on Sunday afternoon, 8-5, against the Tampa Bay Rays. Marcus Stroman will start on the mound for Toronto. James Paxton will make his Yankees debut today since being traded from Seattle last November. The Yankees are currently 1-1 in spring training, and this afternoon's game will be televised on the Yes Network as well as the MLB at Bat app. Justin and Matt, back to you.
Alrighty, Norm, thank you much. Green Book won Best Picture at the 91st Academy Awards last night. It was a historic Oscar night, no host, and an emphasis on diversity. Natasha Chen brings us the highlights from Hollywood.
It was a night of surprises with major upsets in 2 of the biggest categories. Green Book took home Best Picture over the much-favored Roma, and Olivia Colman won Best Actress over Glenn Close, who is now the most nominated actress in history with no wins, 0 for 7.
Glenn Close, you've been my idol for so long, and this is not how I wanted it to be, and I think you're amazing. I love you very much.
It also may have been the first Oscars in 30 years with no host. But the Academy rocked the opening with a performance by Queen and Adam Lambert, bringing people to their feet. The show also tapped popular comedians.
We are not your hosts.
To present awards. The Academy seemed determined to part with its Oscar so white criticism from years past. Women of Color won in categories of Best Animated Short, Production Design, Costume, Makeup, Documentary, and Documentary Short. And 3 out of the 4 major acting awards went to people of color: Mahershala Ali, Regina King, and Rami Malek.
I am the son of immigrants from Egypt. I'm a first-generation American.
And while Roma did not win Best Picture, Alfonso Cuarón was honored with Best Director and Best Cinematography.
As artists, our job is to look where others don't.
In Los Angeles, I'm Natasha Chen reporting.
Alrighty, Natasha, thank you much. Pretty exciting stuff, Justin.
Yeah, I don't always, get too into that Oscar award kind of stuff. Very much about movies, and I think a lot of people like movies. But there's kind of a disconnect. Some of the movies that they had in the beginning, I only watched like the first hour before I had hit my 9 p.m. bedtime. But I'm serious. I need my sleep. But I liked what they had to offer. I thought that the movies were, from what I saw, was pretty good. A lot of good awards, and hey, they can do it without a host. I liked the opening. I liked Queen. I liked the music performance that they had. I blasted my surround sound, so we were jamming out.
Why didn't they have a host?
Well, Kevin Hart, something happened with him.
That was a Kevin Hart thing?
Yeah.
Okay,
yeah,
alright.
So something happened with him, and...
well, he knew Dakota Hunter didn't want him on. That's the problem.
Evidently not.
So he quit.
I don't know. I mean, I don't watch, any award shows. I've given up on them, and I have several reasons, but I won't broadcast them on air.
Well, you know what we do want you to broadcast? We want you to tell us about that spring forecast, because, dude, when is it going to be here? Because we are tired of this snow.
Well, on the calendar, we have 23 more days until the official start of spring. Actually, March 1st is the first day of spring in the record-keeping world when it comes to weather. So, but on the calendar, 23 more days. Here's the weather property maintenance 7-day. I think we're going to be stuck in the teens all day. So, yeah, just get used to it. Still winds, and we're keeping our eyes Friday, Saturday. Another warm-up comes our way, but again, with those big fluctuation in temperatures, we could be dealing with gusty winds once again on Saturday.
Oh,
great.
Lovely.
Yeah.
At least we won't have that scorpion thing that happened over the weekend.
What?
We did that story about that.
The bee on Friday?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Scorpion bee.
No. The scorpion wind thing. You know what I'm talking about?
What?
I saw that.
Oh, yeah. The jet thing that we posted yesterday.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Okay.
Yep.
I thought you were talking about the bee we ran on Friday.
If you don't know what we're talking about, you got to check out that
I don't know
story.
either, so I better check the site.
Now that Counties Live, look over Lakewood. People are plowing out. Stay safe and warm.
Download the app.